The Mercedes-Benz G-Class, sometimes colloquially called the G-Wagon, as an abbreviation of Geländewagen, is a four-wheel drive automobile manufactured by Magnus Steyr, formerly Steyr Daimler Puch, in Austria and sold by Mercedes-Benz. Originally developed as a military off-roader, later more luxurious models were added to the line. In certain markets, it was sold under the Puch name as Puch G until 2000. The G-Wagon is characterized by its boxy styling and body-on-frame construction. It uses 3 fully locking differentials, one of the few passenger car vehicles to have such a feature. Despite the introduction of an intended replacement, the unibody SUV Mercedes-Benz GL Class in 2006, the G-Class is still in production and is one of the longest produced vehicles in Daimler's history, with a span of 43 years. Only the Unimog surpasses it. In 2018, Mercedes-Benz launched a technically new second generation, still with only minor design changes. The 400,000th unit was built on December 4, 2020. G-Class W463, second generation. 2018, present. The second generation G-Class, W463, was launched on January 14, 2018 at the North American International Auto Show in Detroit. In contrast to its predecessor, the new G-Class has grown 121 mm in width and 53 mm in length. The ground clearance has increased by 6 mm. The increase in width is for more driving stability, sturdier side impact protection, and more seating comfort. The increased length, especially in the front end, is due to the new 2019 EU pedestrian impact safety regulations. The previous generation did not have enough open space between the car's front end and the rigid components beneath for the crumple zone as to mitigate the injury to a pedestrian's body. A major change was with the steering system, which was switched from a recirculating ball system to variable ratio rack and pinion with adaptive electric power assistance. The new steering system allows safety and convenience equipment such as active lane keeping assist, pre-safe collision avoidance systems, and self-parking capability. The rack and pinion steering system does not work with solid front suspension, so a change was made to use independent front suspension. The extensive, ground-up redesign allowed engineers to incorporate more lightweight materials such as high-strength and ultra-high-strength steels and aluminums. In addition, the redesign led to an improved manufacturing process, which increased structural rigidity. The gap between the doors and body shell is much narrower than the previous generation. Despite the increased dimensions, the weight has been reduced by about 170 kilograms. The second generation W463 is similar visually to the first generation, and the chassis code, W463, is still retained rather than W464 as some media outlets erroneously reported. However, only 3 parts from the previous generation were carried over to the new generation: the headlamp washers, the push-button door handles, and the spare wheel cover bolted to the rear tailgate. The new G500, renamed to G550 for 2020 onwards, is powered by the 4.0-liter M176 V8 twin-turbo engine, producing 416 horsepower and 450 lb-ft of torque. It is mated to a 9-speed automatic 9G-tronic transmission with torque converter. For the new diesel variant, the G350D was initially released for the 2019 model year, powered by the 2.9-liter OM656 inline-6 turbocharged diesel engine, producing 282 horsepower and 443 lb-ft of torque. The G400D was later introduced for the 2020 model year onwards. The G400D features the same OM656 engine as the G350D, but output has been increased to 326 horsepower and 516 lb-ft of torque. Both models are still produced by Mercedes-Benz, however certain markets only sell one of the two. The redesign also allowed newer safety and collision avoidance equipment from the W222 S-Class to be fitted to the G-Class for the first time. In addition, the updated interior has a new instrument cluster and infotainment system from other Mercedes-Benz models, A-Class, W177, and E-Class, W213, air vents, steering column-mounted gear selector, multimedia system and control panel on the tunnel console, a higher level of luxury trimming and 64-color ambient lighting. A Burmester surround sound system and a larger dual 12-inch LCD display with smartphone integration, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, were offered as optional equipment. One design element carried over to the new generation was the front passenger's grab bar on the dashboard. The new G550 and AMG G63 have gone on sale in the United States with a starting price of $125,495 and $144,695 respectively. The 2019 G-Class for the U.S. market has the widest range of exterior colors available, totaling 24, of any Mercedes-Benz passenger vehicle. In September 2020, the G350 was introduced for the Chinese market to circumvent the heavy taxation on larger engine displacement. It is powered by the 2.0-liter M264 turbocharged inline-4, producing 255 horsepower and 273 lb-ft of torque. The G350 is the first G-Class with a four-cylinder inline engine since the previous model, the G230, was dropped in 1995. AMG models. AMG G63. Alongside the new G550, Mercedes-AMG unveiled the new G63 in March 2018 at the Geneva International Motor Show. The model is powered by the V8 twin-turbo M177 engine, producing 577 horsepower and 627 lb-ft of torque, an increase of 14 horsepower and 66 lb-ft over the previous generation G63 AMG. Mercedes-AMG claims a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 4.4 seconds and a top speed of 149 miles per hour with the optional driver's package. The G63 now defaults to a rear-biased 40:60 torque split versus the 50:50 split of its predecessor. In addition to the performance increases over the standard G550 with the AMG model, the G63 also features AMG-developed suspension, larger red brake calipers and perforated brake discs, AMG-specific transmission modes, radiator grille, flared wheel arches, striking side pipes on the exhaust system, and wider wheels up to 22 inches in diameter. The model features distinct front and rear fascias and body styling, as well as an AMG-specific interior with a standard AMG Performance steering wheel with flattened bottom. AMG G63 Edition 1. To commemorate the launch of the second-generation G63, Mercedes-AMG released the Edition 1 Special Edition at market launch. The special model features Design-O-Night black Magno paint with contrasting matte graphite gray sports stripes along the vehicle sides, a decorative red stripe on the exterior mirrors, and night package featuring gloss black trim and accents. The Edition 1 also features matte black 22-inch forged wheels with red painted rim flanges and a cross-spoke design, as well as red accents throughout the interior. AMG G63 Trail Package. The optional AMG Trail Package can be specified for the G63 model only, offering greater off-road capability and styling. The package adds softer settings for the adaptive dampers to enhance off-road driving and maneuverability. 20-inch wheels with 5 sets of twin spokes and all-terrain tires are part of the package. A black skid plate and mud flaps behind the rear wheels are fitted to the body. AMG G63 4x4. Following the previous generation's G63 AMG 6x6 and G500/G554X4 Superscript 2, Mercedes-Benz AMG introduced the new G63 4X4 Superscript 2 for the second-generation iteration in June 2022 via YouTube. The AMG G63 4X4 Superscript 2 features the same M177 V8 twin-turbo as the standard AMG G63, but with output increased to 585 horsepower from 577 horsepower, and raised portal axles like the previous generation G500/G554X4 Superscript 2. Except now, with independent front axles. The model went on sale, fall 2022, for the 2023 model year at a price of $350,050. Compared to the standard AMG G63, the AMG G63 4X4 Superscript 2 features a raised height, larger carbon fiber fenders, 22-inch wheels with 37-inch Pirelli 325/55 or 22 all-terrain tires, LED light bar, roof rack with carbon fiber windscreen, carbon fiber spare tire cover, and rugged styling. With this increase in height, the model offers a ground clearance 4.3 inches over stock at 13.8 inches, wading depth 8.2 inches over stock at 35.8 inches. And 41.3 degrees approach and 36.8 degrees departure angles. Additionally, compared to the previous generation G500/G554X4 Superscript 2, the wheelbase is increased by 0.9 inch to 113.1 inches, height is increased by 0.8 inch to 88.8 inches. Width is increased by 5.4 inches to 82.5 inches, and length is increased by 3.9 inches to 181.1 inches, or 194.5 inches when accounting for the spare tire carrier. Weight is decreased by 379 pounds to 6,315 pounds. Mercedes-Benz claims an estimated 5.00 to 60 miles per hour time. AMG models. AMG G63. Alongside the new G550, Mercedes-AMG unveiled the new G63 in March 2018 at the Geneva International Motor Show. The model is powered by the V8 twin-turbo M177 engine, producing 577 horsepower and 627 lb-ft of torque, an increase of 14 horsepower and 66 lb-ft over the previous generation G63 AMG. Mercedes-AMG claims a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 4.4 seconds and a top speed of 149 miles per hour with the optional driver's package. The G63 now defaults to a rear-biased 40/60 torque split versus the 50/50 split of its predecessor. In addition to the performance increases over the standard G550 with the AMG model, the G63 also features AMG-developed suspension, larger red brake calipers and perforated brake discs, AMG-specific transmission modes, radiator grille, flared wheel arches, striking side pipes on the exhaust system, and wider wheels up to 22 inches in diameter. The model features distinct front and rear fascias and body styling, as well as an AMG-specific interior with a standard AMG Performance steering wheel with flattened bottom. AMG G63 Edition 1. To commemorate the launch of the second-generation G63, Mercedes-AMG released the Edition 1 Special Edition at market launch. The special model features design-on-night black Magno paint with contrasting matte graphite gray sports stripes along the vehicle sides, a decorative red stripe on the exterior mirrors, and night package featuring gloss black trim and accents. The Edition 1 also features matte black 22-inch forged wheels with red painted rim flanges and a cross-spoke design, as well as red accents throughout the interior. AMG G63 Trail Package. The optional AMG Trail Package can be specified for the G63 model only, offering greater off-road capability and styling. The package adds softer settings for the adaptive dampers to enhance off-road driving and maneuverability. 20-inch wheels with 5 sets of twin spokes and all-terrain tires are part of the package. A black skid plate and mud flaps behind the rear wheels are fitted to the body. AMG G63 4x4. Following the previous generation's G63 AMG 6x6 and G500/G554X4 Superscript 2, Mercedes-Benz AMG introduced the new G63 4X4 Superscript 2 for the second-generation iteration in June 2022 via YouTube. The AMG G63 4X4 Superscript 2 features the same M177 V8 twin-turbo as the standard AMG G63, but with output increased to 585 horsepower from 577 horsepower, and raised portal axles like the previous generation G500/G554X4 Superscript 2. Except now, with independent front axles. The model went on sale fall 2022 for the 2023 model year at a price of $350,050. Compared to the standard AMG G63, the AMG G63 4X4 Superscript 2 features a raised height, larger carbon fiber fenders, 22-inch wheels with 37-inch Pirelli 325/55 or 22 all-terrain tires, LED light bar, roof rack with carbon fiber windscreen, carbon fiber spare tire cover, and rugged styling. With this increase in height, the model offers a ground clearance 4.3 inches over stock at 13.8 inches, wading depth 8.2 inches over stock at 35.8 inches. And 41.3 degrees approach and 36.8 degrees departure angles. Additionally, compared to the previous generation G500/G554X4 Superscript 2, the wheelbase is increased by 0.9 inch to 113.1 inches, height is increased by 0.8 inch to 88.8 inches. Width is increased by 5.4 inches to 82.5 inches, and length is increased by 3.9 inches to 181.1 inches, or 194.5 inches when accounting for the spare tire carrier. Weight is decreased by 379 pounds to 6,315 pounds. Mercedes-Benz claims an estimated 5.00 to 60 miles per hour time.